Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You guys are probably wondering where have I been for the last, 11 days now. So today we're going to be talking about where have I been, what has been happening, what's going on. This video is going to be all dedicated to my mum. It's all going to be about my mum, and the only reason why I'm doing this video is because I know that some of you guys actually do genuinely care about my mum. So we're going to be talking about my mum. So basically, 11 days ago, it was actually when on the day that I did my last haul, it all stemmed from there. So I did my haul, and my dad said that he's going to take my mum to the doctors. And before anybody says out, I've got my mum's permission to do this video, so I can talk about everything, so that's fine. So basically, my mum went to the doctors, and she came home moaning about a boil at the top of her leg, on the right hand side leg at the top. I asked my mum previously if I could see this boil. She wouldn't show me, she wouldn't show my dad, she just said that it hurts and it was very uncomfortable. So anyway, we take her to the doctors, and he said, yeah, he confirmed it was just a boil. You know, there's nothing to worry about, you don't need anything for it, it should pop on its own, it'll go away. There we go. So we all thought it was a boil. Then my mum comes home from the doctors, and everything seemed to went downhill as quick as that. My mum, for a good couple of hours, keeping in mind that my mum does have diabetes as well, so whenever my mum gets ill, it kind of is worse than it's kind of worse than what it is when you have diabetes. Like it's dangerous, basically. Anyway, so yeah, she come home and she went downhill rapidly. So what I mean by that is she was in a lot of pain, and I said to my mum, I said, Mum, the pain that you are showing right now is not right for a boil. I've had plenty of boils on my legs, everywhere else, and that's not the right pain for a boil. I mean, she was screaming the house down. It was really concerning. So then she went discoloured. I mean, my mum doesn't have a lot of colour in her face anyway. She never does. But she went to this very, very odd grey colour. At this point, my mum was sitting down on the sofa, and she went a very grey colour. And then she started shaking with the pain, rocking back and forth with the pain. And then all of a sudden, she just stops rocking, and she just stops moving, and her eyes rolled at the back of her head. You guys, I've never been so scared in all my life. My heart went to my mouth. I'm not even kidding. I don't know. I said to my dad, she came round, obviously. She was also talking gibberish, like you almost couldn't make out what she was trying to say. Sometimes I had to ask her 3 times to repeat herself so I could, kind of figure out what she was saying. That's just my dad. So I then managed to get my mum upstairs, we get her in bed, and I decided to ring my sister to see what she thought. So I told my sister everything. My sister said that we needed to ring 111 because my mum has actually got a history of mini strokes. 10 years ago, my mum had mini strokes. So I rang 111, told them all the situation, and they advised us just to allow the ambulance to come out, look at my mum, and see what they thought from there. So we did. We rang 111, the ambulance came out, and I'm not kidding you, it is the fastest ambulance service that we've ever seen in our whole life. As soon as I put that phone down, they was here within 3 minutes on the dot. It was just like they were waiting down the road, literally. 3 minutes on the dot, there was here, sirens going, everything. I thought, oh, it must be really, really bad then to get here that quick. And yeah, Usually when you ring an ambulance, well, round here where I live, it'll take about half an hour at least. But anyway, so the ambulance came and they did all sorts of tests on my mum. They checked her blood sugar level. That was 21. But a couple of days before that, she was actually up to 33, which is dangerously high. She should have been in a coma at that. Oh, it's all so messed up, guys. Anyway, they tested my mum's sugar on my mum's machine, but they wanted to take my mum in to do proper blood tests with the hospital. So we thought she was just going to go in for the blood test, so I had to stay here with Roxy. My dad went with his car, and the ambulance, of course, took my mum. My mum actually walked to the ambulance. She was very, very wobbly on her feet. She has been like that for about 3 months at least. So, yeah, they took mum, and when they got into the hospital, my mum went downhill even faster. She was a complete mess. So my dad came home without my mum, and I was like, "Where's mum?" My dad says, "Yep, they're keeping her in. They want to do a load of tests on her. There's something not quite right." At this point, nobody thought about telling the doctors about this boil, because we thought it was just a boil, like you do, you know? It was just a boil. I mean, you don't worry about a boil, right? It pops and it goes. So, the next day, I go with my dad to hospital. We leave Roxy here. We decide that that's it. She's got to be left on her own. She's got to start getting used to it. So, we go to the hospital, and you guys, when we get there, my mum is in that sort of a mess. She's that distraught over this pain. She was just rolling, rocking back and forth on the bed. She just could not get comfortable. Her face was all sunken in. She just looks so bad. I've never ever seen my mum that ill ever in my life. So then, before we got there, my mum actually told the nurses about the boil at this point. One nurse looked at the boil and she said, "It's just a boil. It's nothing to worry about right now. We have other things to worry about, like your sugar level. We need to get that down. And, you know, we want to get rid of this nausea that you're feeling. You're feeling sick." She said, "It's just a boil. That's all, just a boil." So, getting back to when we got to hospital, my mum was all over the show, legitly. I mean, she'd been thrashing about that bad in bed with this pain. All her hair went into a ball of a knot at the back of her head. That's how much pain she was in, like she were all over the show. At this point, they gave her no painkillers. She were on drips. She did have drips put in because they also said that she was very, very dehydrated. So yeah, she had all drips in. And she had a catheter put in as well. So we get there, like I say, she's thrashing. I got hold of a nurse, a different nurse this was, because we found out that my mum had mentioned something, but they did nothing for the pain. So I grabbed another nurse for a second opinion, a proper doctor this time. They came, and they wanted my mum to, you know, lie back on the bed, because at this point she'd sat up, and they wanted her to scuffle her bum right at the back, and she lost all of her strength completely, guys. All her strength had gone. She was completely weak. She could not get to the back of the bed, so two nurses had to, like, put her at the back of the bed so she could lie down and at least, what they thought, be more comfortable. Weren't helping. But anyway, the doctors, they did the best, you know. So this doctor, I mentioned it again. Obviously, we was getting asked a lot of questions about mum's health. Why is she moaning like this? Do we know anything that could be causing it? And that's when I sent the alarms. I said that she has been complaining of a boil at the top of her leg. I said, now her doctor where she goes to, they checked it over, they confirmed it was just a boil. A nurse at Steppenhill Hospital had confirmed it's just a boil, it's nothing to be alarmed about. She said, okay, well, I'm going to have a look at this boil. And I kid you not, guys, they lay my mum down, and my mum's lost a hell of a lot of weight rapidly, and I mean rapidly. In 3 weeks, she's lost stones and stones and stones. I can't even think of how much weight she's lost, but you can put your fingers around her arms like that now. Honestly. So anyway, they lay her down, and she had to lift her baggy skin, I guess, because we all know my mum was a little bit overweight, not drastically, but she's got baggy skin now, so she had to lift all that up. You guys, she had to take her knickers down, and it wasn't at the top of her leg. It was on a private, and it wasn't a boil. It was an infected abscess, and I kid you not, this is the first time I've ever seen it. My dad was in the cubicle as well with us, and my dad nearly hit the floor. He couldn't believe what he was seeing, and neither could I. It made me go weak at the knees. This thing was this big. Now, a normal boil would probably be like that. This was this big. And it had no head on it. It was no boil. It was an infected abscess. It was, I'd say it was bigger than a mango. It was that big. Straight across the privates. But it was that big, my mum was convinced that it was at the top of her leg, you know. Oh. So I'm just going a bit funny thinking about it now. But, yeah. So the nurse was pressing on it. She was feeling it. At first, she thought it was a hernia. That's how big it was. She thought it was a hernia. But then she changed her mind very rapidly. And when she looked at it again, she said to one of the nurses, I need you to run and get a surgeon here right now. This is an emergency. We need the surgeon here right now. So they did. At this point, they asked me and my dad to leave the cubicle completely. We had to go in the waiting room, and they got the surgeon up, and there was about 6 doctors and the surgeon all around my mum, checking this lump out. Then we got called back into the room. Then we got informed that mum is going to have a scan. So yeah, she went and had a scan. Then me and my dad came home. We got a phone call to go rush back into hospital, so we had to do that. At this point, my mum is still rolling around on the bed in absolute agony, bless her. And yeah, they confirmed it is a very badly infected abscess. Your mum is basically getting poisoned by the abscess. We need to operate now. So with that, they took my mum into surgery and drained this abscess. Just going back a little bit, my mum at first was trying to get off the bed to leave, and they told my mum that if she left this hospital, she was going to die. That's how serious it was. We nearly lost my mum on that day. She nearly died. If I hadn't got that ambulance, she would have been dead. So, yeah, I forgot to put that bit in, that bit of info. Anyway, so yeah, she went down to the theatre, they drained it, and when she came back up, her first words was, thank the Lord I am out of pain. Thank God I've no more pain. They were her first words. We phoned all the family. We got people into the hospital, my sisters, my dad, you know, and everybody just went in to see my mum after the operation. And she was sat in the high independent unit, before the high independent unit, she was actually in the trauma. So yeah, then she, after the op, was it after the op or before the op? After the op. Yeah, after the op, she went to the trauma. I think. Yeah, she did. Yep. Yeah, high independent unit. And my mum was looking so much more better. She had a little bit of colour back in her cheeks. She was that drugged up. Her eyes, she could only open her eyes halfway, but that's because she was that drugged up on meds. And then we went away, and when we came back, she'd been moved into a different part of the high independent unit. She'd actually gone into isolation. So my mum went downhill just a little tiny bit. It was nothing to really worry about. She was still okay. She was still perky. She was still sat up in a chair this time, not on the bed. She weren't in any pain still. But she developed some severe diarrhea symptoms. This is partly to do with one of her tablets that she's on. So, yeah, she got that. She was still a little bit nauseous. Well, so was something else as well. Oh, and she's got rheumatism in her legs. So that's the only discomfort that she had at that point, was her rheumatism in her legs. However, the hospital did confirm to us that we can get some medication to sort the rheumatism out. So we are looking now into getting Mum to the doctors for the rheumatism problem. But we're going to do that once she's healed with her open wound. So anyway, as we were coming away on that first day of the second visit of the high independent, they told us that they finally got her a bed now on a ward, which was D5. So next time we go into D5, and Mum is looking absolutely brilliant. Honestly, absolutely brilliant. She's doing great. She's sitting up. The doctor's got her walk into the toilet. She walks no problem. There's only a couple of things that I weren't happy with Stepping Hill, and we're actually going to be putting complaints in. There were one time when my mum couldn't make it to the toilet and she pooed all the bed, and they actually left my mum in her poo for hours. Hours, guys. Me and my dad went and visited my mum, and my mum was all upset in bed, and I asked her, what's the matter? You know, you're okay, aren't you? What's up? And she lifted her bed sheets up, and everything was covered. Guys, I was livid. I was livid. And I went and grabbed, this was actually on Easter Day, and I went and grabbed a nurse. Lovely nurse. She's absolutely lovely. I grabbed her and I said, I'm not being funny or anything, but, you know, my mum has got an open wound on her privates, big wound, and, well, I didn't say open wound, sorry, I said she's had an operation down there on her privates, and she's pooed all the bed, and my mum's telling me that she's been sat like that for hours. She's asked for help, and nobody is helping her. Then the nurse said, well, I'm about to go off duty, so I don't know what I can do, really. I said, well, it's not really good enough, because my mum has had an operation, like I said, and I'm just a little bit concerned if her wound gets infected, because that means she'll have to stay in even longer. So anyway, she went from more concerned about leaving to getting a male nurse and dealing with my mum, cleaning the bed up, put clean dressing on my mum's wound. So that all got sorted. Then we went to visit my mum another time, and my mum was saying that her catheter, this was at midnight by the way, her catheter was leaking. Her wee wasn't actually going into the bag, and it was going all over the bed. And my mum asked for help, and they basically turned around and said, you'll have to wait, we're too busy, we'll be coming and seeing you when we can. And shut the curtain around my mum, so my mum was isolated off everyone. It angers me, guys. So I'm at the minute going through stages of putting complaints in at the minute, right at this minute. After this video, I will be dealing more with that. Since coming home, I've been my mum's carer. I'm doing everything. You know, I give my mum I always wash my mum's legs in the morning just to make sure that everything's safe, you know. My mum can wash herself, her face, her privates. She does all that herself. Then she'll put her underwear on, then I'll clean her legs. I don't really want my mum bending with obviously having that. The hospital also told us that my mum had stitches. And when the nurse came to the house, she didn't have stitches at all. It was a full open wound. So when you think about it, my mum pooed the bed, she weed the bed. And when she weed the bed, there was no dressing on it at all. They had to put brand new dressing on. Could you imagine if all that got infected? I dread to think. My mouth's watering. I feel really funny just talking about it. But, yeah. They also gave us a load of like a big bag like this full of medication for mum to come home with. When we got home, we didn't think anything about it. We just put it on the table, gave it to my mum when she needed it, you know. And then, no, we didn't give it to her because she came home 8 o'clock. She came home, so we was basically home for 9 o'clock. Then they said to us, then tomorrow, which would be the next day, that the district nurses are going to come and see you to put fresh dressing on, because mum's got to have new dressing, you see, on every day, and they also pack it as well, so that's got to be done every day. So getting on to the next day, which was actually yesterday, we're waiting till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Nobody comes, and I think the district nurses stop at 5 o'clock, I think. Or that's what time the offices shut, so you can't ring after 5, it's done. So we ended up ringing our doctor, they gave me the number, I rang it, and eventually somebody rang us back, asked us a load of questions, and they said that the hospital hadn't even sent any sort of email or anything to confirm that my mum's on their list. So thank God I thought about ringing them, because if I hadn't, then we would still be sat here today with no help. Again, infection. I don't know what to say. So anyway, yesterday the nurses looked at all of my mum's medication in her bag. And Seppinal Hospital didn't even put stickers on the boxes to tell us how much medication to give my mum. Sorry guys, I thought it was lightning then, but it didn't, it was a bird. Anyway, so there was no stickers on the actual medicine boxes to tell us how much we're supposed to give her. There was no instruction leaflets in the boxes, so we really didn't have a clue what to give my mum. They also sent us away with no antibiotics. I just don't know, I'm just so mad right now. I've been giving my sister all updates. She is not happy at all. My dad is absolutely livid. And like I say, right now I'm at the minute of putting complaints in. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. The nurses that were here yesterday was not happy whatsoever with, especially no antibiotics. They weren't happy that they'd sent mum away with no instructions on the medication. I also told the nurses about the situation on the hospital. They weren't happy with that. So that's what's been happening, guys. Today, the nurse has already been. She packed mum's wound again. She put fresh stuff on it, all that lot to keep it nice and clean. She said she's happy now with the way it's going. They've changed mum's medication as well to try and stop her having the runs, because that's really bad. Mum's in so much mess yesterday, you guys. Oh my God, it was bad in the bathroom. You had to be here to believe it. So, yeah. The nurse is all happy now that mum's getting better, basically. She's given my mum's a thumbs up for the holiday. She thinks that she's going to be alright for that. She said there's special medics there that'll change her dressing and what they put in the inside, all that lot. So that's it, guys. That is the update. Mum is doing great. She's walking up and down stairs a lot better. And before she had the operation, she had a stiff neck. She had earache. She had a headache. And after the operation, it all went. Can you believe that? That this infected abscess caused all that. The doctors have told us that the infected abscess would have also caused her high blood pressure. Her sugar level to go sky high. She's now got it right down to 7.9, I think it is, which is the lowest that she's ever been for years. So that is brilliant. She's getting all that sorted now. And to be honest, I think she's gone a lot stronger. I really do think she's gone stronger. She can walk up and down stairs perfect now. She doesn't wobble all over the show. So even the wobbling was caused by this lump. Now, my mum reckons that she had it for 3 weeks. Doctors reckon she's had it for about three months. So yeah, she's had it for quite a while, guys. But she hasn't realised it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's all been going on, guys. It's all been going on. So this is what's been happening. We've had to go hospital every day. When my mum was in hospital, I've had to look after the house. I've had to look after my dad as well. I mean, my dad's not young anymore, you know. My dad's 76. So I'm looking after everyone at the minute. I'm trying my best. We are going to get back into videos soon. I've done this one as a little bit of an update because I don't know if you guys have been wondering where we are, where are the hauls. That's exactly what's going on. We're not going to be having a haul for quite a while. I do have a clothing haul that we're going to be doing. I'll also chuck in a clothing try on with that. Why not? Might as well make a good video out of it. So we'll do that. I've got clothes, 2 pairs of shoes we're going to do. So that'll probably be the last haul till my mum is better. Because we don't want to leave my mum on her own. I mean, I can't go shopping on my own, as you guys know, because of my anxiety. I have to have my dad with me. Therefore, we can't leave the house because Mum will be on her own, and I'm not leaving Mum on her own. So, everything's going good now. The only thing is, her feet and her legs are very, very swollen. Again, I've never seen my mum with that swollen legs before. They just look like you've stuck a straw in her foot and blew it up. Bless her, I don't know. We're going to get her on the mend though, guys. She's eating a bit more better now. It's just this diarrhea situation that we're trying to figure out with the doctors now what to do. Like I say, they have changed her medicine. She's on Staccato, which is the same one that I'm on for my diabetes. And I know that they're a good tablet because they don't make me have the runs, but everybody is different. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there now, guys. I'm going to go. I'm going to see now because I have to... my mum's probably dying for a brew, bless her. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So I've just done my mum's dinner. She's had a sausage sandwich, bless her. Sausage bloody sandwich. I don't know, guys, it was a close one. This was a very big close one for me. We nearly lost my mum 11 days ago. I never want to experience that ever again. I know one day it's going to come, but not yet. No, thank you. That really scared everybody in our family. I've had all different family members ringing me up every day asking how mum is. Is she okay? Is she getting better? All that lot. And yeah, we've got a lot of visitors coming up. A lot. So I'm going to leave it there now, guys. I'm going to go get my mum a brew. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button for more notifications. If you're not yet part of the Sparkle family, please do sprinkle some glitter and become part of the Sparkle family. I shall see you sometime. I don't know when, guys. Please, please, please be patient with me. Any kind messages that you want to give my mum, please do comment them down below and I'll be sure to pass them on to my mum. I've already shown my mum all the messages on Facebook. Thank you so much for everyone for the lovely comments and private messages that you've sent us. My mum's seen them all and my mum says thank you for all of those. So yeah, I'll do the same with this YouTube video. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. I promise I'm not just disappearing. So yeah, I'll probably do a bath bomb tonight maybe. Who knows? Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.